What's up, guys? So, if you can see behind me, still working on the truck. Got a couple things that, besides the weather and mostly the weather, keeping me from getting some stuff done this past week, or even since my last video. Uh, I did find out that my truck being a 2004. I was wondering why every time it was acting like it wasn't in park. And I could see that from looking at I have a SCT programmer X4 sitting here, so I plugged it up just to see what sensors were reading when I hook up power to it, and everything was reading as far as I can tell. I also hooked up my Ford IDS computer. I think that's what it is. I got one of the actual Ford computers that they actually use when you go to the dealership. Same exact thing. And everything was looking pretty good. I could see the things that obviously weren't connected, obviously, like the EGR, all that bullshit. But if you know anything about these trucks, or even about Fords in general, they always have circuits that are shared with other circuits. Sometimes it's ridiculous. Well, on my truck, it was acting like it wasn't in park, which I knew it was in park. Basically, the sensor that tells this computer when the truck or when the transmission's in the park position, that sensor shares the same circuit as the fan on a 6.0. And just from experience and knowing some of the stuff, I anticipated having to do something with it, but I was hoping not. But once I hooked up, I bought a Flexolite fan setup for the 460 truck, and I was gonna run it with this. Maybe later on, if I feel like it's not cooling adequately, I'll work in and put a regular mechanical fan back in it. But as for now, I think it's gonna be perfectly fine for me for what I'm doing. Well, it comes with a fan emulator. Plugged it up, truck starts. It ain't showing in fifth gear or anything. And as you can tell, I anticipated probably having to move my batteries over to the driver's side to leave more space for intake pipe for your turbo, all that BS. I want to make sure everything's right before I go putting all the stuff in the front end back in it, due to just I don't want to have to be working around it if I don't have to. Because as you can see, my truck sits a little bit up. It's just got 35s on it, nothing ridiculous, but still, even me being 6 foot tall, it's still a pain in the ass trying to get work on the inside the engine bay. Granted, I think it's going to be easier with this Cummins in there because I got a shit ton more room in there to work. Yeah. Oh, but real quick, since my last video, the video prior, I was contacted through Instagram by a company called Quick Draw. I'll leave a link in the description, definitely. But he contacted me, asked me if he could send me one of his valve covers for a 24 valve, which it happens to be, say, Cummins on it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the Cummins name, but because to me it doesn't really make sense. Granted, yes, you buy a Dodge, or now it's Ram, since they separated, you can buy them with a Cummins in it, but Cummins is their own company. They have a lifetime contract, the last I heard, with Chrysler and the Ram pickups to keep the Cummins in the lifetime contract, from what I understand. So, and there's a lot of larger Fords, 650s, 750s that came with Cummins in them as well. I don't really look at it as a Cummins. I'm doing a Cummins swap on my truck. I mean, it's still a F250 Ford. I wasn't a huge fan of the Cummins name, but whatever. I'm gonna do an unbox. I figure I'll do an unbox in this video of this valve cover. So check it out. Yeah, so like I was saying, the guy from Quick Draw contacted me and asked me if he could send me one of his valve covers, one of his 24 valve covers. If you wouldn't know, I've got a 24 valve with a P pump swap on it going in my 04 F250, which was originally a 6.0 truck. Yeah, so yeah, the company, like I was saying, you can look them up at quickdrawbrand.com. It's obviously made in the USA. You can probably see it right there. It says quickdrawbrand.com, made in the USA. So far, this is actually a really nice piece. Like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of the Cummins name. And yeah, he asked me if I wanted to get it in a color. I chose to just get it bare, and I'll powder coat it myself. Because if you watch some other videos, you'll see I did powder coat some of my other stuff, and I figured, hell, I could powder coat this, and yeah, but to be honest, it actually looks really well made. It looks like a really nice piece, real nice piece. But I'll leave a link in the description of the company. You can check out some of their other products. For a lot of you guys that are doing Cummins swaps, or even just a Cummins in general, that have the he's got a lot of products for Cummins swaps, as well as, I know, if I'm not mistaken, he also has Cummins engines. Because if I'm not mistaken, the guy who owns the company, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his name is Chad McKinney. I think that's how you pronounce it. And also, I know I've heard of him in the past on like the Power Block or one of those net things on TV. Because they got an engine from them for one of their builds on the Power Block. One of those, the one with that chick that just died in a speed run. But yeah, he sells a lot of products. You know, if you got, I know he sells, for sure, the same company also sells, if you want to do away with the factory vacuum pump that comes on these Cummins 12 valves, and I think the 24 valves as well, the up to O2, I think they come on them. He makes a bracket setup to where you can use like to me it looks like an old GM power steering pump, but I'm pretty sure they ran those on the older GMs, maybe even some of the Ford. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, he makes a bracket where you can delete the vacuum pump, and it just puts the power steering pump right up to the bolt right up to the dang timing case cover, or the timing case, gear case, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this thing looks really nice. Depending on how my power steering pump works, I may go that route and get that bracket set up and put it on my truck. Just depending on how this power steering pump that I've got, we'll see how it works, whatever. It looks a lot like a 4BT power steering pump. When that's actually where it was advertised at, was on a 4BT page, but he says it'll work on a 6BT as well. But yeah, this thing looks like pretty nice. You can check that thing out. It says Cummins on it. I figured I'd do the wrinkle black, leave these letters, and the whatever, I can polish it up a little bit if I want. But yeah, it looks like a really nice piece. Well, it looks to be pretty well made, nice and thick. Yeah. I'll do later on, may do a swap it out, do an install, make sure it clears to make sure it'll clear head studs. But other than that, man, it looks like a pretty nice piece. Definitely appreciate the valve cover. Yeah, he just contacted me on Instagram and asked me if he could send me one, and I was like, okay, well, what's the catch? Yeah, he actually just wanted me to tell him whether it was a piece of junk or whatever. So right now, I'm just my honest opinion, it looks like a really nice piece. It looks to be built well, or made well. I imagine it was casted. Not 100% sure on that, but it looks like a really nice piece. Looks like somebody went in there and did a little, just cleaned it, edges up a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably do a powder coat video on this as well, just to add to the powder coating. Pretty nice piece. Yeah, so yeah, also in the box come with a decal. You can see the website. See the website. And then comes with this in there for y'all guys that want to contact him and get your own parts, get your stuff from him. You can check out the websites. I'll definitely leave a link in the description. But yeah. Another thing, I like to see what any other guy's opinion on this fuel pressure. I ain't got it permanently set to where I want the fuel pressure yet. I want to get it running, and then I can adjust the fuel pressure rate. But it's basically just how fast it's building up when when it does it as initial. When you turn the key on, this truck, because I'm using the factory pump for now. I mean, if I need to, I guess I have to upgrade, but I was hoping I could run on it because it's brand new, but I feel like it's slow on the building fuel pressure. I don't know. Here's what you think.
I've already got the ignition on. I'm outside the truck, obviously, but look, I'm gonna apply power and watch look how slow it moves. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I almost feel like it might be sucking some air somewhere. I'm not sure though. And then look at how it, once the fuel pump kicks back off, I'm wondering if I need to put a check valve in it somewhere. I mean, that's an easy thing. I'm not sure what everybody else is doing, but if you got any, I don't know, comment in the comment section what you think about this, and let me know.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I wanted to crank this thing up for this time, but I don't have a turbo. I really don't want to. I mean, I really want everything to be pretty much buttoned up 100% before I go firing it up, because I don't want to put all the radiator and all that shit in the way when it's really easy to access everything in the engine right now with no radiator in the way and none of the bullshit that's up front. And bumper, I can get really in here and get into everything that I need to get to. But for the most part, the engine's pretty much buttoned up. Minus I do need to find a belt. I got this larger alternator that has a smaller, it's got an underdrive pulley on it. I had it on my 6.0 that I had in here. I'm paying for all this stuff out of my pocket, along with the engine that I bought from the dealership, the 6.0 engine that they decided not to honor their warranty, when that was the only reason I bought it from the warranty, or from the dealership, was for a warranty. And they even stated they could not, they swapped all my parts over from my other engine except my head studs, because they said they said they couldn't do the head studs because it would void the warranty on the engine. Funny how that happens. And then the motor actually blows up. Major bottom end filter, if you've seen any of my other videos. It had nothing to do with, I had no programmer on it, nothing like that. So I was just driving to work one morning, made it like a couple miles down the road, it fucking blew up. And they decided, after my truck sat at dealership for 6 months, that they would not,
And every conversation before my last conversation, they were, yeah, you're under warranty, you know, 3 year, 30,000. You're still under your warranty. And then the very last conversation, they told me they put me on a phone with a manager and said that we don't even offer warranties on diesel engines. So yeah, needless to say, I'm still pissed off about it. I mean, I'm really excited to get this Cummins going in the truck, but I'm still pissed off about me spending $8,000 of my hard-earned money to buy an engine from the dealership for the warranty. Was the only reason I did it, because it was just like a warranty thing, and position I was in at the time, it was really my best option, and really my only option, even though it came to bite me in the ass. And now I've been out without my truck for over a year now, trying to fix it. I mean, at least 6 months it was sitting at a dealer waiting on them, and they're bullshit. But anyway, hopefully my next hopefully I'll get to fire it up here soon. But I don't want to say by the next video, because I did say that last time, and here I am not being able to crank it because I need a turbo. That's my biggest problem right now, is I need a turbo. I mean, I need a turbo. I need to get me an intake horn or whatever. Figure some of that. Get one of those, but figure some piping out for the intercooler. But I may stick the other stuff in there. I don't know yet. But I really wanted to crank. I don't know. I wanted to be able to install everything that day and crank it the same day as I put the radiator and all that stuff in there, because I'm going to pump some oil through the engine prior to me putting the damn front end on it, because I got an old pump here. I cut the drive gear off and just welded me a stud onto the end of the pump, and so I can spin it with like a drill or something, so I can pump some oil through the engine and slowly turn the engine over by hand. And I don't know. I don't know. This is me. I want to make sure I got oil going through the engine, so I ain't got nothing dry. I did put engine lube, every fucking thing on everything. Hopefully it ain't a dry starting engine, but yeah, if you got any comments, let me know what y'all think about the fuel pressure deal in the comments or whatever. If you got anything for me you want to ask, feel free to comment. And yeah, don't forget, if you like my videos and you want to see more of this Cummins build and possibly some other things that I mess with, I do mess with Harleys. I'm a painter now / body man. I've been in the paint and body for 20 years now. That's what I do. But yeah, if you got anything, you like my videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to know when I'm posting my next vid. But till next time, see ya.